Hey everybody. Okay, I'll give it just a second to see if anybody pops on. I know it's kind of early, a lot of y'all are at work, but we here. So I have a hair stuck. If you're watching this part, replay for me in the comments. Let me know that you stopped by and you watched this, and let me know if you have any takeaways from it. Okay, we're gonna talk about a couple specific things. Here you go. All right, give me just a few minutes. All right, so I'm going to start. Everybody else can catch up if they need to, because I got quite a bit that I'm going to go through. You see me looking down. I am looking down at my notes. So this is actually a training that I had watched. I've actually watched this training multiple times on the line, but I decided to take it today and kind of transform it to what we're doing, to pharmacy specific, to direct sales specific for us, and kind of bring it to y'all because it's something that I go back to a lot. So here's what I want you to do is I want you to actually think about the next year. Think about the next 12 months. In the next 12 months, I want to know, how much money do you want to make? Goodness. I want to know how much money you want to make. Break it down to the month, break it down to the year. I don't care. How much money every month next year, in the next 12 months, do you want to make? Whatever it is. I don't care. Put a number. What do you want? What is your goal? Whatever it is. Write it down. Drop it in the comments if you're willing, if you're up to that. But write it down. Now take your pen, mark that out, and double it. Double it. Whatever number you had in your head that you want to make every month next year. If you said, I want to make $1,000 a month, our goal is now going to be $2,000. Okay? We're going to double it. You're like, why, Heather? That was my goal. Why are we doubling it? Why not? Why not double it? Why not have a goal? If we're going to have a goal, let's have a goal. Let's have one. Let's throw it out there. We're going to have massive goals, okay? We're going to have massive goals. Stop putting a cap on yourself of what you think you can accomplish. Like, a lot of times when we set goals that are very obtainable, right? We want obtainable goals. And I know the internet keeps freezing me. We're going to go through some habits and different things to help you get to that goal, okay? So the first thing is habits. We're all creatures of habit, right? We are all creatures of habit. We all are set in our ways when it comes to many things. But a lot of times, that action of being set in our ways and that action of not being willing to change our habits is what hold us up from so much stuff, right? Like, I am struggling right now with dealing with trying to lose some weight and trying to be healthy and all those things. And the habits that I have are hindering me from that goal. I have got to change my habits to obtain that goal. Direct sales and marketing is the same thing. It's the same way. So we've got to really start looking at things that we do and be more aware of them and find ways that we can kind of, I don't necessarily want to say change yourself, but way that you can improve what you're doing it. My goal is to reach the first level, $140, and I'll be there. Yes, girl, but we're going to double that because we don't want to stop there. We want more. We want big goals. Hey, Erica, we want big goals. Hey, can one of y'all share this to the team chat for me, if you don't mind? Okay, so one habit that can be really detrimental in this business is procrastination. And you may not see it as procrastination at first, right? But procrastination a lot of times is fear it is not feeling that you are worthy of something, all that kind of turns into procrastination. We're going to do this when, we're going to do this if, we're not, you've got to take all that out and just do it. A lot of times we, like, let's take working out. I am not going out and walking today because I don't have exercise clothes and I need to go get exercise clothes. And until I get exercise clothes, then I'm not going to bother. I'll wait. But why? Why do I need to wait until I get some $50 yoga pants to go walk to try to lose weight and be healthy? I don't have to do that. Thank you. Direct sales can be the same way. Stop trying to get ready to make action. Just make action. Stop telling yourself, well, when I have the perfect vanity, I'm going to go live. When I have good clothes, I'm going to go live. For me, when your internet is better, I'm going to go live. Because if I waited on that one, I'd be waiting a long time. Okay? I'd be waiting a long time, y'all. My internet sucks. We all know it sucks. I still show up. I still do my lives. Internet and all. Stop waiting. Just decide that you are going to do something. You are not going to procrastinate. All right? Here's another habit. This is a massive one in the business that we are in, okay? It's consistency. Consistency will make or break you in this business. It will make or break you, okay? If you don't have consistency here, if you don't make a choice to make it a habit to show up every day, you are not going to obtain massive goals. If you're just in it for the hobby, if you are just in it to have a little something to do on the side, then that's fine. You don't have to be consistent. But if you come to me and you want that $200, $300, $400, $500 paycheck, that $1,000 paycheck, that $5,000 paycheck, you have got to be consistent. You have got to show up every day. And part of that is that you need to create a baseline, okay? What are the minimum things that you are willing to do daily? What are the minimum things that you are willing to commit to daily to do, okay? I have certain things. When I wake up in the morning, I knock out these few things first thing in the morning. I try to get it done before my kids get up. I knock those out. Those are my baselines, okay? Anything that I do beyond that is good job, Heather, you did something beyond today. But I have a baseline that I maintain no matter what. No matter if I am sick, no matter if I have sick kids, no matter if I'm on vacation, no matter if I am not going to be home that day and I've got 50,000 errands to run. I have a baseline that I make sure I somehow accomplish every day. It may be pulling in last second at 11:59 p.m. getting it done, but I make sure I find a way to accomplish those. So you need to set your baseline, okay? One of the things that you need to make sure that you're doing is that you need to make sure you're using your product daily and publicly, okay? And that, at first I was kind of like, what? Using my product publicly and daily, but think about it. Think about it. What are some things that you could do to bring it into your daily life? And one thing that I remember is I always, when I worked in an office, it was nothing for me to have a bottle of Bath and Body lotion sitting on my desk. And it was not unusual for somebody to come by and say, hey, pharmacy. So what if you took it and replaced something simple like that you just keep at your desk and replaced it with a pharmacy item? Like simple, something so simple. Instead of having chapstick in your drawer that you pull out and use your pharmacy lip conditioner. Stick it in your desk drawer. Stick it in your purse and use it. It's the fact of something that people see you use all the time. They see it on your desk, or they come by your desk at work and they're like, hey, can I get some lotion from you? Because my hands are like awful right now. This weather going back and forth is just killing me. We're washing our hands so much now. Like, do you mind if I borrow some? Something really simple that you could do. And think about what's in your purse that you could change out. What is in your car that you could change out if somebody was to get in the car with you? What are little things that you could do to change it up and put it in your public eye beyond social media, okay? Now, on social media, of course, you're going to see us in lives demoing the products, but product placement is also to do. So if I were to, I don't know, make a TikTok about dishes and mom life and all that nonsense, or laundry, am I going to have the pharmacy laundry detergent sitting there? Am I going to have the pharmacy dishwashing soap sitting at my sink? Do I have the body wash in my shower? Do I have the aloe soap sitting by my bathroom sink? Yeah. And you best believe when people visit my house that those are the soaps that they're going to wash their hands in. So try to find ways to intertwine it in your life beyond just social media. Spray the inside of your car with a good, we have, if you have not tried the pear one, it's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so one other thing with consistency, hey Nina, is to engage in some sort of personal growth every day, okay? And I'm not saying I have a love-hate relationship with personal development, because yes, I think you need personal development to a certain degree. We all need it. We all need that mindset challenge, that tweak to say you're valuable, you're worth it, screw the haters. But you're also beautifully made, okay? You're beautifully made. So spend some time. I say personal motivational stuff. Sometimes you just need that, like, you're a badass woman, go conquer the world kind of thing. And I think that to me it goes into personal development. So try to spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes a day, if you can, doing that. If you're a mom and life is crazy, tell your husband you got to go poop and go hide in the bathroom like they do for 10 minutes and put your earbuds in. Do what you got to do, right? Okay, just do what you got to do. So here's another habit that we're going to, is discipline, okay? Discipline. Having follow through no matter what. There are days doing this is exhausting. The thought of doing this, it's exhausting. Shoot, some days just rolling out the bed is exhausting to do life, right? Like, I think we're all to that point right now with everything going on, with the virus, with the election, the holidays coming. Some days it's just hard to get out of the bed, okay? And we all know that. We're all in the same boat. I think a lot of us, our sunshine is starting to get a little dim, right? But we have got to be disciplined enough in this business if we want those big goals. Get up and do all the things. Still check all the boxes, right? Because if you're not, the discipline goes back to the consistency. Stop just making plans and do it. Stop making plans and just do it, okay? If you want to talk to somebody about pharmacy, talk to them about pharmacy. If you have the feeling that moment when you wake up to do a live, go get your butt ready and do the live, because if you wait, you will not do it. So get up, have the discipline, just go do it, okay? Another one is focus. So we want to tunnel vision, okay? We need to tunnel vision a little bit. We need to decide that we're going to focus on our goals, and those are our goals. The end, period. We will not accept anything less from ourselves than that. It's focus. I have a goal, and I am going to run that goal, and I'm going to do what I got to do to get it done. If I got to get up earlier, if I got to stay up later, if I've got to do it during my lunchtime, if I've got to do it during my 15-minute break, whatever. whatever. If I need to leave for work a few minutes earlier and sit in the car for 10 minutes and make sure I got everything squared away from the day, I'm going to have focus enough and discipline enough to do it. When I first started in this business, every minute that I had was free, I did this business. I ran this business, even through the silence. You want big goals, you've got to have big actions behind them. You can't sit on the couch and think that you're going to have these big goals while you scroll TikTok. You can't. It will not happen. I promise you, it will not happen. You have got to have the focus, determination, the discipline, the consistency to do it, okay? What if, what if you could have been a multimillionaire? What if you could have been a multimillionaire, but what you let get in the way was laundry, dishes, errands, grocery shopping? It's not unusual for me to hear that. Like, our little to-do list that we have as women, that little to-do list that we have, our men, we let that list get in our way, okay? That list gets in our way. Guess what, guys? We all have laundry. We all have dishes. There's a good majority of us here all have kids. We all have responsibilities beside pharmacy. Every single one of us. The ones that decide to keep pushing despite all of that and because of all of that are the ones that are going to be successful. The ones that let that bog them down and stop them, they're the ones that aren't successful, or they're the ones that always stay at 3%. You've got to move on. We all have those responsibilities. Stop giving power to those little to-do lists, okay? And I will tell you, when I do dishes and I'm doing laundry, that is when I use that time to do my mindset stuff, personal development, trainings, any of that nature. I put my headphones in. The kids are usually semi-occupied because they at least see that I'm doing something. It's almost like a trick to them. Their mom's doing laundry. I'll leave her alone. She's doing a live. I'm going to bombard her. But that's when I do my personal development. I'm washing dishes, listening. I'm folding laundry, I'm listening. That's how I incorporate it. You've got to learn to take those times and multitask. Women are great multitaskers. You've just got to learn how to do it and how to weave. You've got to learn how to weave pharmacy into your life in a very productive manner, okay? You don't necessarily have to say, I'm going to sit down for an hour and work every single day, because that may not happen. But I can say that I need to get this done. I need to get that done. I need to get this done. Those are my 3 baseline things. How am I going to do that? How am I going to get that done in my life? And figure it out. And you just weave them in. All right. All right. Next one is grit. Grit. I do that while I'm doing dishes. See, I'm not alone. Grit. All right. Grit is another habit. There are times when this isn't fun. There are times when we don't want to do this. This is where grit comes in. And grit is when the silence comes, okay? Everybody's going to go through this. Everybody in this business is very up and down, okay? And those up and down patterns do not follow the same for every person, okay? You may see somebody over here, they're having a bomb month, okay? They've recruited 5 people, 10 people, 15 people. They've recruited all these people, and you're sitting over here like, I literally cannot recruit anybody, even if I paid the $19.99. Like, what is up with that? What is happening? They're in their peak, okay? Everybody in this business is going to have a plateau. They're going to have a winter. Grit is when you decide that you're going to stick out that winter. You're going to stick it out. You're going to keep going. You're not going to let this winter stop you, because when winter is gone, spring is coming, okay? Your time is coming. Do not stop in the silence, okay? Don't stop. Keep going. Everybody has a winter. You're in winter right now. If you don't hear nothing, you're not getting any interaction. You can't recruit nobody. You can't sell nothing. You can't do jack. That's how you feel. Keep pushing. Keep going. People are watching. You may not realize it, okay? More people are watching than you think they are. But if you don't show up, if you don't keep your consistency, if you don't keep your discipline, if you don't keep all those things, when spring rolls around, you're still not going to have nothing. Your winter is going to continue, okay? Keep pushing through the silence. Your spring will come, okay? And it will be worth it. I promise you it will be worth it. And I know that it's going to be hard, and I know that it becomes exhausting, but you cannot let that situation define you. You have got to push on, okay? When the people come knocking at your door and they're haters and they're nasty, and a lot of times it comes from family, when that comes, you cannot let that define you. You have got to keep going. You have got to have the grit to stand up and say, you can have your opinion. That's perfectly fine. Now move on because you're in my way. Consistent pays, and I totally need to get better. I think everybody, even people that say everybody can be better at consistency. Everybody. I know that I can be better at it. Even I show up every day, but I can be better. But consistency is absolutely the key. All right. Another habit. Problem solver. You have got to become a problem solver. You cannot complain about everything. Okay? There are things in every company that you're not gonna like. If you keep harping on those things, you create a negative mindset, a negative atmosphere, and if you portray that to your team, you have now created a negative team. Okay? Stop complaining and putting forth no action to make it better. Okay? To solve it, to overcome it, whatever it is. We can't solve everything. There are certain things in this company that I wish would change, but I cannot change them. I have let my opinion not be known, and I have done what I need to do, but I've got to find a workaround for that. I've got to overcome it. I've got to move on, okay? I can't keep harping on that item, because it creates negativity for me, and it creates negativity towards my team if I say anything to them. And one thing, never, ever complain about something to your team. You never want to complain downward. You always want to complain up, okay? Always complain up. Those below you, number one, absolutely can't do anything for you to help you. They can't, most likely, okay? On top of that, you do not want that negativity flowing through your team, okay? So if you have an issue with something, go up with it, never go down with it, okay? A lot of people that have issues with things, they feel like, okay, I've got this issue. We brought it up. We've got this issue. Now, I need to give it to somebody. Who am I going to give it to? Am I going to give it to corporate? Am I going to give it to my upline? Am I going to give it to a side sister? Am I going to give it to my downline? Am I going to give it to the public? What am I going to do with this issue that I've got balled up right here? I've got to give it to somebody. Somebody needs it. Who am I going to give it to? No. No. If you have an issue, and it's especially if it's something corporate wide, enter a ticket, let them know what you need to let them know, but you're going to have to overcome that issue. Find a way around that issue. When the surveys go out and you see them in your email, then let them know what issue you wish they would correct. But you've got to learn to work despite that issue, okay? You cannot let that issue hang you up, okay? And when you do go to your upline, you have to understand that there are some things that they can't control either, okay? They may even feel the same way that you do. but they can't control it. They can't change it. We've all got to work with what we've got, okay? Changes are coming. Things will be coming our way that will make our lives a lot easier. But right now, we've got what we've got, and that's what it is, okay? This is a new company. New companies are always going to have hiccups. New companies are always trying to work out kinks. Any company that is constantly trying to improve something is going to have kinks, okay? Because without trying something out, they're not going to know the result of it. So they're going to try it out, and it may or may not work, but we have got to learn to work with it and to not let that issue drag us down, because a lot of times we'll have that issue and we will harp on it and harp on it and harp on it. And it may be many issues that we find. And even when you go to people, take their advice, take what they say, and don't just like toss it away. Sometimes we don't have the answer, but sometimes we can offer advice. But if you choose not to take that advice, we can't. It's like, what do you want us to do? Okay. So try to become a problem solver as much as you can, and not even a solver, just an overcomer. Okay. Work your business despite that issue. Work your business like that issue is not even there. Just find a way around it. Find a way that you can soften the blow of it, or whatever it is that you need to do. Okay. All right, next. Oh, it's long-winded today. All right, next is, I want to know how many customers do you want to add, okay? How many new customers do you want to add in the next year? I had to stop and think about this one, because I'm like, really? Like, how many new? Oh, I don't know. Like, how do you even come up with that number? How many new customers do you want to have? Well, if we want to have growth and we want to have a bigger paycheck, customers are a big way to do that, right? Because we get 50% commission. So break it down to a month. How many new customers do you want a month? And think about it this way. The average person for a base face, for foundation, mascara, that type stuff, is going to come around about every 3 months. So you always want to make sure, if you take the span of a year, you want to make sure you have customers every single month, and then they will rotate. So every month you have people coming back for refills. So the first month you're going to want 3 people. The second month you're going to want 3 people. The third month you want another 3 people. And then those 3 people will continue to come back every 3 months. And eventually over time you have the snowball effect where you end up with a lot of customers. And you have this residual income that ends up coming in, because you have these people that are kind of, I'm sorry guys, I got a phone call. They're always kind of in your back pocket, right? Because they're going to come back every 3 months for refills. But we also want to keep growing. So just kind of break it down into a month. How many new customers every month do you want to have? Okay. All right. Here is another thing. Recruiting. Hey, Lisa, how many people in the next year do you want to recruit? On your front line, how many new recruits? Go back to your number, to the number that you said. How much money do you want to make in the next year? How much money a month do you want to make in the next year? How many people on your front line do you need to do that? How many recruits do you want in the next year? How big do you want your team? Okay. And we're going to think big, right? We're going to think massive action. What do we want? What's our big goal? Okay. With recruiting, if you want the big paychecks, I don't care what company. I don't care if you're with Norwex, Lime Life, Color Street, Paparazzi. I don't care what other company you take. Okay. The big paychecks are going to come from recruiting. And more so with pharmacy, recruiting directly. Your direct front line with pharmacy is where your paycheck is going to come from, okay? You can have a massive team, but if it's a deep team and it's not spread out on your front line. Geez, I didn't know you were like, yeah. If it's not spread out on your front line, your paycheck will reflect that. I made a post about what I'm gonna need you to tell me. I made a post, girl. I made a post. Now, when you have recruits, I'm getting cold messages as I'm on this. Okay, so when it comes to recruiting, sometimes we have a hard time because we recruit people, right? And you do good for the first couple months, and then you kind of watch them and they fall off, and you're like, you send them messages, you're like, how are you? Just checking in. If you need anything, I'm here. And then you don't hear anything, and then you go back the next month. Hey, I'm here. If you need anything, let me know. Hope you're doing good, blah, 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 right? And it's month after month after month, and they just don't reciprocate anything. You reach out, they don't reciprocate. It is easier. So don't take that as a personal stab at you, okay? That is them. That is their life. You don't know what's going on in their life behind closed doors, okay? If they're not working this business, that's them. That's not you, okay? So let them know that you are there, that if they message you, you will answer them. If they have a question, you will answer them at any time that they want to pick this business back up. You are here for them, but leave them alone. Stop investing so much time in them if they are not reciprocating. You need to take that time and use it on people that are running the business. Use it on recruiting and finding new people, okay? It's easier to give birth than to raise the dead, okay? If they're not ready for this, if they don't want to do this, you cannot make them. Nothing that you say is necessarily going to make them pop up and all of a sudden they're going to be a 15% under you, okay? That may not be the case. But on the flip side, you've got to be there when they are ready, because they may, from my experience, they may go just dip out for a couple months, but when they come back, they're amazing. They're ready to roll. So just give them the time and meet people where they are, okay? If somebody just wants to do this as a hobby, let them just do it as a hobby. Don't push them. Encourage them that this could be something more if they wanted to, especially if you see that pattern start to evolve. But if they just want to be a hobby person here and do it when they want to and don't do it when they don't want to, then you've got to meet them there, okay? And don't invest so much time into those people. Invest them in the ones that are working. Invest it into finding new people, okay? So recruiting is really the ticket. But one thing I want you to think of is a lot of times is people, they don't want to talk about recruiting. It's awkward. Let's be honest. Recruiting is awkward. Number one. Sit down. Recruiting is awkward, so we don't always want to do it. But what if there is somebody on your friends list right now that's watching you and you don't know they're watching you, but yet they're looking for something. They need something. They need the extra money. Don't interrupt me. You have really truly got to believe that what you have to offer is valuable. If you don't think it's valuable, then why are you here, right? So believe what you have is valuable. I love the post about making them a VIP, and then if they want to work it, they can. Yeah, there are people on this team that started out as hobbyists, and they are amazing at this. So you never know where those people will turn to. You don't want a team of just discounters, but I will sign a discounter up in a heartbeat, because you never know where it could lead. But if you have somebody out there looking for this opportunity, they need it. They're searching for something. Think about yourself. Why were you searching for this? What if you have that to offer, but you don't share it? What if you never share it? What if somebody is looking for what you have, but you never share it? And what if that person that was looking for it would have been a director? What if they were a runner? What if they were in it for the business and could have helped you arm in arm? Y'all could have both went to the top. What if? Stop stopping yourself short, okay? Stop cutting yourself short. Just go. Push, okay? Now, Dawson, if you don't quit, gracious. Now, with all that, with all those habits and things like that and things that we can work on, what is your outcome? What, at the end of all of this, at the end of this year that we're thinking ahead of the goal of this year, what is your outcome? What do you want your title to be? Okay? What is it that you want? I'll tell you what mine is. For me, I guess my shooting small goal is I want to be platinum, but I want to be a firm platinum. Like, I don't want to have to think about it. Like, I want a strong platinum team. Like, we wake up in the middle of the month and we are already platinum. Like, I want a strong platinum team. Ultimate goal is emerald. I want to be emerald in a year. Okay? Those are big goals for me. What are your big goals? Do you want to be 15%? Do you want to be a 25%? Or do you want to be a director? Do you want to be silver, gold? What are your goals? Write your goals down. Write them down and stick them somewhere that you're going to see them every day. Stick them on your bathroom mirror. Stick them in your car. Stick them on the refrigerator. Stick them on your desk. Somewhere that you're going to see them every day. All right? So, what are some skills that you feel like you need to work on? What are some skills that you feel like you need to develop? Where are you maybe a little bit weaker at? Is it, leadership? Is it recruiting? Is it sales? Is it just taking pictures? Is it post? Is it just working on social media? Maybe you're really good in person, but in social media you're not. Maybe you're really good at social media, but in person you're not. So this is kind of a double edge for me. So where are you lacking and what do you feel like you need to improve on? Dawson. Now here's the other thing, okay? A lot of time we get very hung up on our weaknesses. Do not let your weakness stop you, okay? You are strong in so many areas. So along with you writing down skills that you need to improve in, I want you to write down skills that you are awesome at. What are you really good at? Are you good at talking to people? Are you really good at making a sale? Are you really good at closing the deal? Are you really good at making a good quality post? Are you really good with coming up with creative content? What are you good at as well, okay? And we are almost going to we need to find a balance between improving those things that we may not be the best at. We're going to work on those and we're going to try to improve that. Maybe if you feel like just doing your makeup in general is not your best, so maybe for personal development a couple times a week, you watch YouTube videos on how to do something, how to do your eyebrows, how to line your lips, how to contour, whatever it may be. But on the flip side of that, I want to encourage you to look at your strengths and to really highlight them and push through with them, because a lot of successful people are going to take their strengths and work around their weaknesses, okay? They're not going to harp on their weaknesses. They're not going to constantly bring themselves down because they have a weakness. They are going to work around it with their strengths, all right? So there you go. That was kind of a longer one, but there's so many things that we can do, but I think really is we need to have that goal, okay? I was never really a goal-oriented person before direct sales, but I really am now. I really need to have something that I'm striving to. What am I doing every day? Why am I waking up every day? And it depends on what you want out of this business. Do you just want some extra gas money? Do you just want some extra money to go out to eat? Do you want money because you want some new furniture? Are you wanting money just to take that one really nice vacation a year and that's what you're working on? That's your goal for the whole year. You want money to go on vacation. You want that extra, $4,000 a year to go have that bomb vacation. You want to go to Disney. Or do you want to pay your house off, pay your car off, quit your job? Mama. What are your goals? And let's start taking them off, okay? And let's start elevating ourselves to where we have bigger goals and bigger goals and bigger goals, because we're accomplishing everything. But you've got to have these habits. You've got to have the consistency. You've got to have the grit. You've got to have the determination and the discipline and all those things, because they all feed into each other. And if you leave one off, especially consistency, you're just going to keep spinning your wheels. And don't forget, if you're in a winter season, it's okay. Everybody in this business goes through a winter season at some point. Your spring is coming, but you have to be consistent. You have to show up. You cannot let that winter define you. Keep pushing for your spring, okay? A good life. I have a vision door. I love that. I love that. Used to, so if you don't know, a lot of you probably may not know a lot about me, but I used to work from home. I have 2 kids, and one thing that I did that was really epic for me is my husband thought, he came home one day and he thought I was crazy for this. But if you walked in, my desk was in a corner and there was like a hutch beside it. On that hutch on the side, it was covered in quotes. It was covered in Bible verses. It was covered in just inspiring things for me. It was covered in my goals and things I wanted to accomplish. And the day I quit my job was an amazing day for me. And I did that because of this business. So I know that there's potential in this business. I know that this stuff can happen for y'all. I am proof that it is happening. I quit a corporate job making really good money. I was making really good money for what I was doing, and no college education and from home. I quit that because of pharmacy, and I am thankful every single day for it. But I saved all those notes. I saved all those stickies, because those stickies are what got me here, and they're what keep me here. So have a vision door, have a vision board, stick it in your car, stick it, on your calendar, write it every month, and keep doing it, because it's absolutely possible. I promise y'all, if you put the work in, if you stay consistent, if you have faith in yourself and you value and feel worthy of yourself, you can do amazing things here, okay? Amazing thing. I got a parrot down here. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful to y'all. Thanks for watching. For those of y'all that hung out with me and all my replay watchers, thank you so much. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments.